Hey guys, it's Alan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to introduce to you another four set of topics: the logarithmic differentiation, exponential differentiation, trigonometric differentiation, and maxima and minima. So the first equation we have here for the differentiation of the logarithmic function is y is equal to 3 minus 2x to the power of 1 over x. So to differentiate, we have ln y is equal to ln times 3 minus 2x to the power of 1 over x. So this exponent will allow us to move this at the front. So it will become 1 over x ln times 3 minus 2x. And notice here that we have the variable times the variable. So we need to use the product rule. So the formula for the product rule is f times g is equal to f prime times g plus f times g prime. So this is the value of f and this is the value of g. So we need to find the derivative of 1 over x. So it will become negative 1 over x squared. So how come? Notice that 1 over x is equal to x negative 1. So we need to use the power rule. So it will become negative 1 x negative 2. So since we have the negative exponent here, so it will become negative 1 over x squared. So this is it. So the next one is the value of g. So this is the value of g, ln 3 minus 2x plus the value of f, we have 1 over x, and the derivative of g prime. So to get the derivative of the value of g, so we need to use the u prime over u. So it will become the derivative of 3 minus 2x is negative 2, this one, over the real equation or the real function, which is the 3 minus 2x and times y. So we need to multiply from its original value. So the original value of y is 3 minus 2x to the power of 1 over x. So the answer, so we're going to simplify this one. So to simplify, we will get the final answer. So the final answer here is y prime is equal to 3 minus 2x over x squared plus 1 times negative 2 is negative 2 x times to this function. So it will become x times the quantity of 3 minus 2x. So the value of and the original value of y, which is this function, so this one. So this is our final answer for the differentiation of logarithmic function. So the second equation we have here is for the differentiation of the exponential function. So we have here y is equal to x cubed to the square root of 7 minus 9x. So in this function, we can use again the product rule. So the formula for the product rule is fg is equal to f prime times g plus f times g prime. So by using the product rule, we can arrive in this equation. So 3x squared times the square root of 7 minus 9x plus x cubed times the derivative of the square root of 7 minus 9x is negative 9 over 2 is the square root of 7 minus 9x. So actually, pwede na ito siya maging final answer. But to simplify it further, if we want to, we can get the common denominator. So by doing so, assume that we have 1 here. And we need to multiply the common denominator. So it will become 2 square root of 7 minus 9x and 2 square root of 7 minus 9n. So this is now the function. So we need now to substitute. To substitute it further, 3x squared times 2 is 6x squared. So the square root of 7 minus 9x times the square root of 7 minus 9x will be 7 minus 9x over 1 times 2, and the square root of 7 minus 9x is 2, and the square root of 7 minus 9x minus 9x cubed over 2 times the square root of 7 minus 9x. So to simplify it further, we can distribute 6x squared in 7 minus 9x. So 6x squared times 7 is 42x squared. 6x squared times negative 9x is negative 54x cubed minus 3 over copy because they have the same denominator. So 2 times the square root of 7 minus 9x. So to simplify, we're going to arrive in this answer. So the final answer for this equation, for this problem is 42x squared minus 63x cubed over 2 times the square root of 7 minus x. So this is our third equation for the differentiation of the trigonometric function. So we have here y is equal to sine x plus 1 over negative 2 cosine x. So in this equation, we're going to use the quotient rule. So the formula for the quotient rule is f over g is equal to g f prime minus f g prime over g squared. So by using the quotient rule for this equation, we can arrive in this answer or in this equation. So we have here negative cosine x, which is the value of g, and this is the value of f, times the derivative of sine x plus 1 minus sine x plus 1 times the derivative of negative 2 cosine x over the g squared, which is the negative 2 cosine x squared. So to simplify it further, we have the negative cosine times the derivative of sine x plus 1 is cosine x, because the derivative of sine is cosine, and since 1 is constant, so we have here 0, so it gives us the cosine x minus sine x plus 1 times the derivative of negative 2 cosine x is negative 2 minus sine x, because the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x over negative 2 cosine x squared. So to simplify, negative 2 cosine times cosine x will become negative 2 cosine squared x minus sine x plus 1 times 2 sine x. So naging positive na siya because negative 2 times negative sine x is negative, it's 2 sine x over, so we need to simplify the denominator, so it will come 4 cosine squared x. So to get the final answer, to substitute it further, so we have here 2 cosine squared x minus, substitute the sine x and plus 1 to this function. So sine x times 2 sine x will become 2 sine squared x plus 1 times 2 sine x will become 2 sine x over 4 cosine squared x. So this is now our final answer for the trigonometric function. So the last problem we have here is about the maxima and minima. So this is the problem. Find the dimension of a rectangle with a perimeter of 80 feet and whose area is a maximum. So first we need to find the dimension. So first, I need to draw a rectangle here. So this let be x, this is the y, x, and y. So in this problem, we need to consider two equations. So first, we need to consider the perimeter. So the perimeter is the sum of all sides. the sum of all sides of this rectangle. So the sum of x, so we have here x plus x is 2x plus y is 2y. So this is now the formula for the perimeter. And the value for perimeter, or P, is 80 feet, which is 80 is equal to 2x plus 2y. Notice here that all numbers here are even, so it means we can reduce it. So we can divide this by 2. So it will come 40 is equal to x plus y. 40 is equal to x plus y. So to find y, or to solve for y, we have 40 minus x is equal to y. So this is now the value for y. So we can leave this answer here, and because we're going to use this later on. So we're going to proceed in the next equation. The next one we need to consider is the area. So note that the area is the objective of this equation. So we have here a is equal to y, and a is equal to length times width. So we have here a is equal to x times y. So to solve, we have here x times the value of y, which is 40 minus x. So we can rewrite here as 40 minus x. So we can now substitute x to 40 minus x. So we have here 40x minus x squared. So this is for this area. So we need to find the first derivative for this equation. So to get the first derivative, we have here 40 minus 2x is equal to 0. This is now the derivative of this equation. So to find for x, we have here 40 transpose 2x. So we have here positive 2x. So to solve for x, divide it by 2, cancel. So we have here 20 is equal to x. So the value for x is 20. So let's get back for this equation. So to solve for the dimension of this equation, so we have here y is equal to 40 minus x. So this one. So y is equal to 40, and the value of x is 20. So we have here 20. So y is equal to 40 minus 20 is 20. So this is now the dimension for the rectangle. So the dimension of y is 20 feet, and the dimension for this x is 20 feet. So this is now the dimension, it's 20. But we can solve for the area. To solve for the area, we have here the formula is still a is equal to xy. So to find the area, the value of x here is 20, and the value of y here is 20, is equal to 400. So the unit for the dimension here is square feet. So these are the answers for this equation. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something, and this gives you an idea upon the set topics I've discussed. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye.